Hello everyone, it's Tanny Games here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Discord submissions for the Dreamlight Gallery challenge. I'm so excited to get into these. I'm not going to lie, I've not enjoyed voting this week and I really thought I would love voting. I very nearly filmed a video voting, and when I was going through and running through voting, I was just backing out consistently because I felt none hit the challenge. I don't know what it is. I don't know if like the ones that I'm getting to vote on this week are just like not good ones or something, but I was really looking forward to seeing a lot of like art galleries and things like that, even statue galleries and stuff. And the ones I'm getting don't even have like statues in them. They're just like an outside shot, and there's nothing in it that could even seem art inspired or anything like that. Like it will be someone stood in front of a table of food or something, and it's like, okay. So I must admit, voting wise hasn't been fun for me this week, which is really gutting because I know the quality of submissions out there is fantastic. Obviously I've seen the submissions in the Discord and they are all so fantastic and so good. So I'm actually very, very excited to get into this video so that I can have a look, see what you guys have all come up with, or showcase what you've all come up with, I guess I should say, because the submissions are truly fantastic and inspiring, and I really love the creativity that you've all gone for this week. So let's not waste any more time. Let's jump over to Discord and take a look at the submissions for the Dreamlight Gallery challenge. Okay, so we start off strong here with a submission from Winter Dragonfly. I absolutely love this submission. I love all the artwork pieces on the wall. I love the kind of more ornate statues and things like that. I think that's wonderful and fantastic to see. I love that we've got a mix of some of the sort of older items in game, but also utilizing the new items we have in game, such as the Mulan like statue reward medal thing. I don't really know how to describe that item, but the thing with the Mushu dragon in it, and also the new statue that you can get as part of the limited time Memory Mania event. So I absolutely love that you've kind of got this mix or collection of different items and things like that. So I think this is a fantastic shot. I think your character looks amazing, and yeah, this is just very well done. Next up we have a submission from Flame G, and I really love this. One of the things I didn't realize is the difference between the beast test items. So I believe one of these is something that you get from the quest line, but then the other one is an item you can get from Scrooge's shop. And I had heard about the item going into Scrooge's shop, but I didn't think they were different. But apparently they are, and you can really see the difference here. They obviously have a difference in height. My guess is also that one of the items, so the main large one, which I think is a quest item, I believe that can't go on pathing, but the other ones can. But it's just fantastic to see here. I love that we've gone with this sort of Asian inspired look with this gallery. I love all the artwork, the statues and things like that. I love that you've included Mulan as well. I think she was a great addition. And I love this focal feature of the sword at the front. I just think that's fantastic. This is a very, very beautiful submission. Very well done. So yeah, I'm sure this will rank very highly. Next up we have a submission from Strawberry Blonde, and again I really love this. I love all the artwork on the walls. I love that you've gone for the Beauty and the Beast stained glass window, which works wonderfully as a piece of artwork, using the memory frame as well to create more artwork pieces is a brilliant idea, especially since I believe you get the memory frame fairly early on in the game, or at least it's with one of the base characters that you can kind of level up. So I think that's wonderful to see. I love that you've used the mannequin here to add an extra person into the setting. Again, just kind of creating that real natural kind of feel of a dreamlike gallery, which I think is fantastic. I think it looks so elegant, so regal, and this is such a beautiful build. Next up, we have a snap from Jasper Mercury, and I really like this. I love that we've got all the different kind of collectible pieces on these tables. So we've got the incense, we've got the Cortez cup, we've got the Hercules vase, we've got the sword, we've got like the different flowers in the glasses, we've got the fan, we've got the clay pot. So I love that we've got this mix of items. And then I also love the decor on the walls. I love that you've used two of the royal kind of like banners. I think that works really nicely. We've got a few art pieces. Even using the Gaston artwork was a really good touch, and the lion statue is really nice to see. So I think this is a lovely submission, and I think it's really nicely done. Next up, we have a submission from Rora. Now, Rora has put that they had just a little bit of time to make this piece. So I do quite like this piece. I like that you've got the partner statue. It does probably border on a bit more garden and less kind of like gallery, especially with how it isn't sort of framed in a building. Like you could argue with some of the outdoor shots, if they're surrounded by a building, it's like an art gallery courtyard or things like that. But I understand you had the timing troubles. However, I do think this is still a very lovely snap. It's very aesthetic, very pretty. I love that you kind of used what setup you had to quickly get in a shot. And sometimes this is what you have to do if you don't have a lot of time to create a dream snap. Yeah, if you just don't have the spoons even to create a dream snap or anything like that, I fully understand, like in a rush you might not put together your strongest snap, but this is a very gorgeous snap. It's very aesthetic. I imagine you've probably been able to hide some tags here as well throughout the image, sort of hidden behind the bushes and things like that. Aesthetically, it is really pretty, and I do hope the statue helps bring in some bonus points for you to help get you a good few moonstones in for this week's challenge. Next up, we have our wonderful Pupster here, and Pupster's gone for this Asian inspired sort of Eastern style gallery, which I think is fantastic. I love that we've got all those elements. It feels very cohesive. All the items work together. Even the statue in the middle, really nice sort of position in here to put the statue, and then we've sort of almost got like the fashion pieces in the background. We've got some of the more sort of cultural decor items to the right, which I think is fantastic. And what I really love is that you've dressed your character in sort of clothing that is not different, I should say, but like casual wear, like clothing that normal people would wear on a daily basis to really define yourself against the gallery pieces. It's like, hey, I'm a casual everyday person in this gallery, and everything else behind me is this one cohesive theme. I love that your character's dressed in red though. I think it ties in nicely with the setup. So I do think this is a wonderful little submission, and I really hope it does well for you. Next up, we have a submission from Emmy Bouquet, and this is a gorgeous, like, kind of like garden setup. I really love how the pathing's been done here. I'm actually quite intrigued about how you've done this. I'm trying to kind of calculate how it's all done, all the different pieces. So it looks like we've got a mix of two different types of flooring, but then what is this stone piece? I don't understand. What is that? I genuinely am like, how is it? What flooring is this? So this is in the meadow. Yeah, I'm really intrigued by how you've done this setup. The pathing just has such a really natural kind of vibe to it, which I really love. I'm actually so inspired by this photo in terms of I would love to emulate this as decor within my valley. I think it just looks wonderful. I love the statues. You know, we've got a couple of turning red. We've got the Filatiti statue. We've got the Eric statue. We've got this gorgeous little fountain to the left as well. The pops of pink colours throughout are gorgeous. Your character looks amazing. It's a wonderful, wonderful setup. I hope people get that it's a kind of a dreamlike gallery kind of garden vibe, because again, a bit like Rora's submission, it could run a bit risky, but I really hope both yours and Rora's submissions do really well, because they are very, very pretty dream snaps. And obviously, like, an outdoor statue garden gallery thing does fit the theme as well, so I hope that people do kind of consider that and pick that up. Next up, we have a submission from Glitch, and I love this. I love this room setup. I love how you've used the, like, Beauty and the Beast stained sort of glass piece in the background. That is such a wonderful, wonderful piece to use. Honestly, I'm kind of like, why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I think of that? You know what I mean? It's a lovely, lovely, lovely piece, and I think it works really, really well in this kind of art gallery setting. I do love all the artwork on the wall, all the different pieces. I like that we've got some statues and sort of decor items as well. And of course, we have the wonderful toilet in the background, which I think is mwah, chef's kiss. Love it. So fantastic job on this Dreamsnap. I think this is a really, really good one, and I think this is going to do extremely well. Next up, we have a snap from Luanil, who's also said that their Dreamsnap might border on a bit risky. I think a lot of us who have done outdoor ones that are notably outdoor probably all are taking that risk, but sometimes I think it's worth it, and I think this is one case where it absolutely seems worth it. I love the flooring that you've done with this rug. I love all the statues and decor that way. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. All these little tables with like an individual decor piece on them are fantastic as well. I love that we've got Goofy here in his uniform. I feel like he's really fitting. He feels like a art gallery. I don't know what the name of those people are that run galleries, but you know, someone who attends the gallery, if that makes sense. I think this is a wonderful build. I think you've got such a great variety of pieces here. I think this is going to do really well. I have every faith that this will do well. Next up, we have a submission from Weeby Blurdy, and oh my god, how many pieces have we got in here? I love this. I love that there's still like a lot of symmetry with this. Like obviously the replication of the two chandeliers in the background, the wall candelabras, the two Beauty and the Beast artworks, and the main one in the center. I just think works together quite nicely. We do have such an array of items. You know, we've got tea items, we've got pots and things like that, you know, decor of like ships and things. We've got, oh my god, there's just so many different pieces, artwork, like statues and things like that. I think this is a really, really good piece. I love this. I love that we've got so many hanging elements from the ceiling as well. I just love that. I feel like this is a very creative piece, and I just think it's fantastic. I think it's nicely lit. Yeah, this is a wonderful, wonderful submission. Next up, we have a submission from Ev Error, and again, a really, really beautiful submission. I love the Eric statue in the middle. We've got the dragon sculptures here. This creates such a wonderful angle and dimension to the photo. The dragon statue like this, I never would have thought to assemble or position the dragon this way, but it just works so beautifully. It creates such a lovely shape and angle, and I think that looks absolutely wonderful. And I would definitely love to take on this idea when decorating in my valley. I might do something like this in the Mulan area setup that I'm building. I love that you've used the TVs here to create like art pieces in a sense. I think that's fantastic as well. Um, and then all the statues, the pillars, and things like that just complement the scene lovely. So, brilliant job with this snap. I think this is going to do very well. Next up, we have a submission from High Five to the Face, and I love this. I love that you've included Belle in the snap. I love that we have some mannequins here to imitate like people in the gallery looking at the artwork. I think that's a fantastic addition. I love that we've got the different art pieces on the wall. I love that we've got this book here. I could almost imagine it as a piece of text that um, sort of explains or describes some of the artwork, that goes into detail and information, a bit like those information boards that you see in museums and stuff like that. I could just picture it that way. I love all the different like statue and art pieces that you've got. I think this is a wonderful, wonderful setup, really well designed, and I think this will do well. Next up, we have a submission from Shelley, and I really, really like this. I love the contrast with the red carpet against the bright white walls and the white flooring. The chandeliers are really nicely placed. There's a lot of lighting in this shot, like it's very clear in terms of a photo and things like that. Like it really stands out. It's really vibrant. I love the sort of the bookcase edition. I think that's really nice. I love the art pieces that we do have on the wall and the statues. I think it comes together very, very nicely. Next up, we have a snap from Vinnie Luca, and again, I really love this. I love how you framed the front of the shot with the turn in red statues. I think they are wonderful pieces to include. I think they really sort of draw attention to the front of the shot. I love the framing with the red carpet around the room. This sort of central piece that you've created with these what do you call them, benches, the fairy godmother benches, the Eric statue, and then the floral elements surrounding it, even using the fountain tile pieces to really make it a focal feature, I think is absolutely wonderful. I think this is a spectacular piece, and I really, really hope this does well, because I think this is incredible and very well done. Next up, we have my indoor snap, and truthfully, I am not confident on this one at all. I used the bookcases to hide a couple of tags to help boost that tag count. I really wanted to create the distinction of like almost like a secondary room, if that makes sense, so that it felt like the gallery was a bit bigger than what we just saw in one room space. I did try to use a few mannequins to make it look like there was a few people around as well. And then I tried to have like almost like different sections. So we've got this big, beautiful art piece in the background. We've got on the left, we have like an Asian inspired decor setup with the sword. Not that you can really see the sword, but we've got a sword, we've got the Mushu sort of statues, we've got a few art pieces that you get from sort of the Mulan quest lines and things like that. So I really wanted to kind of sort of create these sections of where there would be different types of artwork. I hope this does all right, but truly, I don't think this is a very, very strong submission. I'm not expecting 4K on this, especially with the considerably low tags it has. I think the tags were only in like the 30s or something. So very, very low tag count, and I don't think the picture is strong enough to carry me. But I am sort of, it did come together. I do think it fits the theme. I just think compared to some of the submissions we are seeing here in this Discord, mine certainly doesn't stand out amongst them. Next up, we have a submission from Mum Jules, who's done this kind of like museum, I would say like courtyard kind of space. We have, I love how you framed sort of the shot with these sort of Hercules arches, I guess you could call them. I love that in this one at the back right corner, you've put in that puppet theatre kind of item. I love that. I think it just fits in so nicely there. It's so well framed. I love that we've got different, like, almost like statues or art pieces with these archways. Like, we've got the Philotiti statue, we've got Eric's statue. Then here we've got like a storybook and the flower. We've got like Scrooge's first dime, we've got the Hercules vase, we've got again another flower piece here, we've got another vase, we've got the turning red statues. I think this is a really nicely decorated piece. Again, like with Rora's submission and things like that we've seen earlier with the outdoor submissions, I hope it does well because it is a really, really nice piece. I do love the outdoor kind of vibes, and I hope people sort of remember that galleries can extend beyond the main four walls of a building. But I think this is an absolutely beautiful submission. Next up, we have the submission that I made on my husband's account. So this is an outdoor dream snap, but I wanted it to look indoors. So I have used the bookcases to create kind of like a wall piece. I used this marble opal flooring to kind of represent like a marble floor that you might see in a gallery, and then I've got the red carpets down the middle as well, with the benches where people could sort of sit and admire the artwork. Again, I kind of wanted to do themed sections, so originally I was hoping I had the Hercules piece that with the Philotiti statue and stuff like that, but I don't have it on this. I don't have it on Phoebus's account. I don't think it's an item that we bought from the premium shop. I'm assuming it's a premium shop item. But yeah, we didn't have that, so I used the Anna statue instead. We do have on the left side like a more sort of Asian influence area, and then in the background there we've got the Eric statue and the lion statue. So no painted artworks, I guess you could say, but I am hoping that this still comes across as like a gallery and things like that, and I hope it does do well. We'll just have to wait and see. Okay, so next up we've got a few submissions from Melissa. So I am going to go through all of these. So we have this account, which is, I believe, the main account. I absolutely love this. Again, a bit like Weeby Blurdies, is in that it's kind of like a very filled room with a lot of different decor elements and pieces, which I think is wonderful. I love the sort of like hanging elements. I think that was a wonderful addition. I love that we have like this Asian influence on the left side and then sort of a variety of items on the right. I love the positioning of the chandeliers. The two columns here really help break up the space and the room, which I think is wonderful. I love the framing at the front of the image as well. I think this is a really, really good submission. I think it's really nicely lit, really nicely presented, and I think this is going to do very well. Then we have your second account, which is, again, I feel very similar in vibes, but this one sort of almost leans into kind of like a natural vibe and aesthetic. Like, we've got the fountain in the middle surrounded by the I think they're called calathea baskets, I think the item's called. And then we've got like the floral arch. We've got the sort of hanging floral vines on the ceiling as well. So a lot of natural elements in this build, which I think just add a really nice sort of contrast and pop of colour to the submission. I love that you've got these purple glowing lights, and then that's kind of almost like reflected in your character's purple dress, which I think is wonderful. And then we've also got like the purple flooring and like little purple elements in the wallpaper as well. So it's a very sort of cohesive theme and structured really, really nicely. And then lastly, this I believe is your daughter's submission. And again, a really nice mix of items. I love all the wall pieces. I love seeing what your daughter puts together. And I think she does come up with absolutely incredible submissions. I just like the talent is there, and like give her a couple more years, she'll be getting like first place in every challenge for sure. She's like building up these skills from a young age. She's going to be a professional dream snapper. But no, in all seriousness, like this is a fantastic piece. I love all the artwork on the walls. I do love all the kind of like, I want to say statue decor elements and stuff like that. I love the flooring, and I love that we've got Belle sort of captured in the background sitting down. I think that's absolutely wonderful. So fantastic job for your daughter's submission. Next up, we have a submission from Sunny Wawa, and again, utilizing that Beauty and the Beast stained glass artwork in the background, which I think is absolutely wonderful. I really wish like I'd considered that or even thought of it. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered on my new account because on my new account I don't have Eternity Isle, but like I just think it's absolutely wonderful. I love using the memory frame pieces to create artwork, and how you frame the front of this shot here with these two statues, again like sort of creating this wall divide, this depth, really makes the gallery feel expansive. And using these pieces here, I believe these ones are the ones from the what do you call it, the Wanderers bundle, but I could be wrong. These could actually be, you know, the more I'm looking at this one on the right, the more I think it's the piece from Daisy, the one that I did the whole video about, because I think it's perfect for wall divides. Like this feels quite big, which is why I'm wondering if it's the piece from Daisy, but I'm really not sure. But either way, I love it. I think it offers a nice bit of sectioning and sort of creating this dynamic room space and things like that. I think this is a wonderful submission, really well done. Next up, we have a couple of submissions from Nolan, and I'm sorry, Nolan's submissions are fantastic every week. I love the central focus piece here with the Mickey Cloud. I think it's wonderful. I love this building construction you've kind of made using the Hercules like arch pieces. So we've got one like facing forward and then the rest going to the side. But then what we've got in the background is also the desert palace, which I think is just fantastic. It creates this big expansive building, which I think looks absolutely wonderful and so creative. I love the archways here paired with the hedges, and then we have all these statues. So we've got like the Dreamlight Trophy ones, we've got the Filatiti statues, we have the new statue from the Mania event, Memory Mania event, we've got the Maui statue, we've got the Eric statue, we've got this little Agrabah palace statue as well, and then we have like a gathering of villagers. So we do have Stitch, we have Oswald, Daisy, Donald, Scrooge, we have Belle here, we have Mulan, we have Mushu, we have Minnie and Mickey. And what I especially love is that we've got Gaston here, and you've sort of captioned this saying that, you know, Gaston thinks he's a statue that should be admired, which I think is absolutely wonderful. And what I really love, you're not in this shot at all. You're nowhere to be seen. I genuinely am curious how you've kind of like done this shot, like where you've hidden yourself. I am very, very curious whether you're in front of the camera or if you're hidden behind an item. I'm not sure. I have no idea how you've managed to get all the villagers looking in like the same direction. I think that's incredible as well. I am absolutely mind blown with this snap. This is incredible. And then we have your second account snap, which this is a lovely, lovely piece. I love that we've got Mulan here, we've got Mushu. The little fox companions in the little magnolia piles is like so, so cute. I love the outfit. The use of the Great Stone Dragon statue is really nice. I like the sort of the two swords that you've got side by side here. Like, it's a very, very symmetrical shot. It's a really nicely done submission, and I think this will do really well. It's very creative and honestly fantastic effort. Next up, we have a submission from Aquahex, and I love this. It's so beautiful. I love the sort of outfit choices that you've made for the characters in the room that are sort of looking around. I love how you've framed this shot using these arches and the little cherry blossom pieces. I kind of wish in a way that I'd done this now, because I think this frames the shot so beautifully that it adds that bit of floral decor and element without feeling too outdoorsy, if that makes sense. I love all the different pieces that you've used for artwork, the fairy godmother benches you have dotted around as well. I think this is a gorgeous setup, very beautifully done, and yeah, I hope this does really well for you. Next up, we have a submission from Gemini Panda, and I love how you frame the front of this shot with these two lion statues. I just think that's so wonderfully done and so creative. I love all the different artwork elements you've got on the wall. I think that's fantastic. The mannequins that you've used as characters sort of looking around the museum is fantastic as well. Honestly, I love all the different sort of colour sort of highlights and pops that we've got dotted around. Like, obviously we've got this pop of blue at the very front, then we've got like a drizzle of like pink and like little gold elements as well. I just think it all complements each other very, very beautifully. So I think this is a really well done submission, and I hope it does well. Next up, we have a submission from Punchy LaRue, who's also done an outdoor inspired shot. We have a few sort of statue pieces here with the lion statues. We've got the turning red statue at the top there, I do believe. I love all the magnolia blossoms paired with these like pink hydrangeas. I think it's just wonderful. We've got the incense burner here, which is nice. We do have the like sword piece here as well. Again, like I mentioned with a few of the other snaps from earlier, this is an outdoor snap. It is a riskier take, but I really, really hope it does well, and I hope you get good results. And last but most certainly not least, we have our lovely Wolfie here. Wolfie's one of our mods, and she's so active in the Dreamlight Valley community as well. I know she mods for a few others and things like that. But yeah, this is her submission, and I think this is absolutely fantastic. I love all the artwork pieces, making use of those items that we can make through time bending, like the brave tapestry, I think is wonderful. Then we have the smaller decor items with like the Cortez kind of cup. I say Cortez cup, I don't know if it's the Cortez cup, because the chest is the Cortez chest. I don't know why I've made the assumption that the cup is the same thing. I don't know. Please ignore me like getting stuff wrong. But this cup that comes with that bundle, the sunflower cloche, is that how you say it? The turning red statues, the gong in the background, the lion statue, the Eric statue, and we do have Mulan here in her alternative outfit as well. So I think this is a wonderful little setup. I think it's a really nice angle. I think you've got a lot of pieces on display as well, which is really nice to see. So good luck. I hope you do very well in your results. So there we have the first half of the submissions from Discord for the Dreamlight Gallery Challenge. Some really, really fantastic submissions. Some perhaps risky submissions. I mean, we'll have to see. I think it's a bit of a risk doing these outdoor snaps, but it may pay off. It very well may pay off. And there are certainly, I do think, you know, outdoor submissions can be on theme. I just want to stress that. I'm not saying they're off theme at all. I just know, sort of seeing some of the viewpoints out there on Facebook and stuff like that, a lot of people are kind of split on it. Some people absolutely love the outdoor ideas. Others are like, oh, well, it's not really art gallery, but I disagree. But it could be a risk because at the end of the day, you don't know how the person at the other end is going to vote. But I think all these snaps, all these submissions are absolutely beautiful, all worthy of scoring high and getting some great results from Dreamsnaps. And certainly compared to the ones I've been voting on, these are miles above in terms of quality and things like that. So fantastic job, everyone. I think you've all done absolutely amazingly. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. Again, it also showcases support to all these amazing Dreamlight Valley players who've created these wonderful submissions. And yeah, if you do enjoy this video, feel free to subscribe, and then you can stay up to date with when I post more videos. I do create a lot of Dreamlight Valley content. Not only that, but you can join the Discord and you can share your own snaps to be featured in a video just like this. But I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful day. Please do take care of yourselves, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys!